Former Hamilton County EMT Justin Whaley was denied an appeal for a retrial after he was sentenced to 9 years in the killing of a man who is a father and husband, James Brumlow.
Whaley was found guilty of drunk driving and vehicular homicide last year. Cornelia Nicholson has the story.
In court Monday morning, Justin Whaley's attorney argued that there were several issues in the initial trial, which is why they want to appeal. Now, Judge Boyd Patterson said that it is part of the procedural process and it's required for the defense to lay out those issues for review.
Every time we've been drugged back to this courthouse, we've been reliving that day.
Every day.
And it's been tough.
5.5 years every day.
Family members of James Brumlow, the man who was killed in the 2018 Saudi Daisy one-way crash, sat in the courtroom awaiting to hear if Judge Boyd Patterson would grant Justin Whaley a new trial. Whaley's attorney says there were 6 issues they felt were grounds for a retrial, one of them being that Whaley's blood alcohol content report should have been suppressed.
The blood alcohol report and any expert extrapolation should have been suppressed as unreliable under Tennessee Rule of Evidence 403 and 703, given the 4-hour delay between the accident and the blood draw and the low results of .020.
The nutshell is that I think Judge Whaley found that based on the testimony that the range was something that could be testified to, not a specific BAC conclusion, and that's what the jury got.
Whaley's attorney also brought up the 13th juror rule, which would require the judge to act as a 13th juror and independently determine if the evidence is in favor of the jury's verdict.
The evidence does not support a verdict, and the court should have granted an acquittal in favor of Mr. Whaley.
Respectfully, I think it did.
Judge Patterson denied Whaley's request for an appeal, which Brumlow's family says will bring them some much-needed closure.
Every time they would drag us back into court, it's like James had passed all over again.
Thankfully, that's
But
it.
now we can kind of, okay, James, you can go rest.
The Brumlow family says they've been fighting for 5.5 years and finally feel like justice has been served.
We celebrate every year.
And we will continue to do that.
Not that he's gone, but we celebrate his life.
In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.